Hello, America. Good afternoon. Yes, I am very late getting my video out today. I've been at field day all day with my son, and it kind of brings up my topic for today, actually, because this is something that came up over the weekend with my nephew, or with my neighbor. Sorry, I've got kids on my brain, so of course I'm thinking about my own and my nephew. But this whole concept of everybody's a winner, everybody makes the team, participation ribbons all around. Especially just leaving field day, it was kind of funny to watch this because specifically, I watched one little girl who, we were doing, I don't know, it was like a plank kind of thing where you had two people walking and you have to lift these planks and walk together. And this little girl, made the comment that it's not a race, it's everybody wins, and then when it was her turn to go, her and her partner wound up winning. And it was a big, huge deal. Oh, we won, we won, we won. And I was like, really? The irony there didn't escape me. You had this little girl who, is being taught that everybody's a winner no matter what. But no matter what, that winning mentality is hardwired into us. It's that whole fight or flight or survival. That's an instinct that's in us. And some of us more so than others, I think, the last probably 30 years we've tried to breed that out of us, but it's still there. That innate desire to be the best, to be competitive. And it drives me insane that we've tried to get that out. And I'm guilty. I am just as guilty as any other parent in America. I tell my kids all the time, it doesn't matter if you win as long as you have fun. It's just a game, da-da-da-da-da. But I think that there's definitely a downfall in instilling this, because now it's, I don't even know how to phrase it. We've lost that drive to compete, and it affects us as an adult and in our modern world, because it's that whole I'm triggered and I can't handle this, and I don't know. It drives me nuts that we have allowed our society to become so whiny, I guess. I mean, and here I am. I, again, know better. I'm sitting here whining about people being whiny. So I guess circle goes around. But I just think that, back to, again, my campaign slogan, I've told everybody it's called Back to Basics for a reason. We need to get back to putting our family first, putting our community first, but we also need to go back to instilling a healthy sense of competition. Not everybody can be a winner. There's going to be losers and there's going to be disappointment. And by not exposing our children to this, we are setting them up for failure, because when there comes a time in life when they don't get their way, and like I said, I'm horribly guilty of this with my own son. When he doesn't get his way, he throws a huge fit and has a meltdown. And, part of me wants to beat him for it, but another part of me wants to beat myself because I've allowed this to happen with him. I've allowed him to get his way, and therefore, fed him this mentality of everybody's a winner. And that's something that, I am trying to stop. But it's so hard because it was part of that was instilled in me. I remember doing field day in third and fourth grade, getting those participation ribbons. I never won. I think I won first place once, if I was lucky. And I don't even think I did that. I do always remember getting the participation ribbon, which, like I said, I think was the start of it all. There's got to be competition. We have to have that. In one way or another, because it exists in this world. It's not something that just goes away because we don't want to acknowledge it. It does exist still, and it is a healthy tool to have. You have to have that desire to be better, to constantly keep improving. Otherwise, you just grow stagnant, and I think that's a big part of where our society is now. Is we're kind of stuck in this phase of, okay, I'm in a good spot. I don't want to move. I don't want to grow. I don't want to learn. I just want to stay here. And it doesn't work that way. The world is constantly moving, constantly growing. So, we're basically breeding entitled brats. And it's showing. It is really showing in today's society. You know, I remember being in high school, and God, this is such a horrible memory for me, because I'm thankful that things turned out the way they did. But I remember being homesick the day Columbine happened. And I remember hearing it on the news, and I just kept thinking in my head, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I could have been there. I should have been there. Had things gone the way I wanted to, I wanted my foster parents to adopt me, and then I would have been in Columbine High School the day of that shooting. And, you know, I think about it, and it does still trigger me, because I know people that died. I know people that were affected by it, and it's heartbreaking. But, you know, things like that led to the no bullying policies, which, let's face it, are crap. You know, I'm very fortunate that I have one child that, even though she has been bullied her entire life, will be the first person to stand up to a bully for her friends. She may not do it for herself. And again, that's because of what I've taught her. I taught her, in essence, to be a doormat, because that's what I've been my whole life. There you go, America. You get to see me cry. I am a bleeding heart. I bought Hallmark commercials. But I'm so thankful that my daughter, you know, figured out on her own how to deal with it and how to deal with the stress. And, you know, and I know it gets to her, and you can see it weigh on her. That tears me up, because that's not something you ever want to see your kids go through. And then on the flip side, I have one that we have to watch real close, because he can be a bully. And I won't tolerate that, you know. That's one thing I remind him when I hear that he's struggling and picking on kids. It's like, look, would you like it if somebody did that to your sister? And that usually, you know, gets a reaction from him and makes him realize what he's doing is not okay. So, yeah, on that note, we can't rely on the schools to and instill this anti-bully policy they have. I mean, trust me, I have been to the schools many, many times and had discussions with teachers and staff and principals about the bullying policies. And it's a nice concept. It is. But the reality is we are just conditioning our kids for failure in doing so. You know, we need to teach our kids that bullying is not okay, but at the same point, if they are bullied, we need to teach them how to protect themselves. And, you know, again, I'm kind of stuck at a hard spot with my youngest, because in one breath, I'm telling him it's not okay to hit kids, you know, especially out of anger and things like that. But in another breath, I have to tell him it's okay to defend himself if somebody comes at him. So there is definitely a fine line there. But it's, like I said, we've conditioned our kids for failure, and that's one of the things that need to change. And I think my latest video, I'd made a comment about that whole hierarchy system, and how we need to put our vets first, our children first, and then our seniors. And that's part of the reason why, is because, like I said, our veterans, our government has promised them all these benefits for serving for us, and we need to make sure they're getting that. As far as our children, they are our future, so we need to change the conditioning we're putting them through now. You know, we need to teach them to be compassionate, but also to not be doormats. And that is such a fine line. I know, I tread it every day. I do, because I know how quickly and easily my heart of gold can become a doormat. You know, how quickly I can be manipulated. You know, so I have to force myself to stand up and say, no, I'm not going to do this. And I've had to do it several times, and it kills me, because I don't want to be that bitch. But once in a while, everybody does need to be that person. So the whole point of again, today's video is addressing that whole participation issue. No, that needs to go away. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. This whole idea that everybody wins is bullshit, and we need to get away from that. Again, back to basics, back to instilling healthy competition. You know, it's okay to not win all the time, but that's how we get better. You know, by losing, we learn more from our mistakes than we do from our successes. And you can ask any successful person that. They'll tell you they have to fail multiple times. And they learn more from failure than they do from success. So, there's my food for thought for today. Think about that. I mean, really, I would like to see us getting back to instilling a healthy sense of competition into our kids, getting them to understand that the world does not revolve around them, and that, again, it's okay to be compassionate. It's okay to have feelings. But even like myself, you know, you guys saw firsthand, all it takes is an errant thought, and I'm bawling my eyes out. That's something that I need to retrain my own brain to do. Just, okay, it's an errant thought. Don't waste an emotion on it. But at the same point, don't shut yourself down to the point to where you are an emotionless monster. So, again, fine line. Everything in life is a fine line, you know, between one extreme or another. You've got to find the happy medium in everything. What is it? Doctors always say moderation is the key. So, yeah, that's it. And I don't think I told you guys. Sorry, if you guys don't know me, I'm Sarah Wellstead. Welcome to my 2020 campaign platform. I'm trying to do this kind of quick because I do have to go to my day job here in about 10 minutes. So I was hoping to get this done before fill day. It didn't work. So now I'm doing my video before I go to work, so that way it's not, you know, midnight when I get this thing up, because I hate doing that to you guys too. I know I'm starting to see people look at my page around 8 o'clock every morning hoping for that video, and again, that is my ultimate goal, but it's like everything else in this world, a work in progress. So that's going to be all for today, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.